Alright guys, I know this video is a little dark, but take your chisel, get it in here, start working it away from the trailing arm. They're kind of on there pretty good. And then once you get it out far enough, if it's not completely frozen, take a couple of useless screwdrivers and walk it back and forth till you get them off. And there we go. It's off. Okay, let me so you have to take a chisel and wedge it in between the trailing arm and the spindle bearing housing and just walk it back and forth off. We're not getting any good light anyway, even when we're in the light. But as you can see, that one snapped off. But yeah, you kind of booger it up a little bit, but you take a file tip before you put it back on and just tap it back and forth and it'll slowly walk its way off. Okay. I need to get this backing plate off of this one. So, let me show you a special tool. And sometimes this tool works, sometimes it don't. It is called a spindle knocker. And it does just what it says. Screw it on the end of the spindle. The thing is, you do want to make sure you've got that thing good and tight. Because if you don't, well, you know, good and snug anyway. If you don't, it will loosen up just a little bit. If it loosens up and you hit it, you'll boogie your threads. Because you really have to put some hammer into this one to get these things to come off. And you just wiggle it a little bit and you know that your bearing's coming loose. And there she goes. Okay, to get your, I want the whole plate here. So this piece separates too from here. Let's get, this is a very important housing shim. If you was rebuilding this unit, you want to keep this shim with this unit to start with. Not all the time will it work. Sometimes you have to reshim it. A lot of times you have to reshim it when you put new races and bearings in them. They have to be set up, kind of like a rear end. Alright guys, that's how you get that out. It's called a spindle knocker. I had these tools for, let me see, 31 years. I use it constantly for these. Then you have another tool to get the shock bolt out. It's called a shock knocker, and that goes on the shock bolt that goes through the strut rod bolt, the shock bolt combination, and it pounds it out of there. That's a press in with a little spline fit. Okay, that's that. We'll go through and take this shock and stuff out of here because it's no good. It got hammered. I have to take the strut rod out too. I don't have good lighting in here. One thing my shop needs is good lighting. But it bent the strut rod. Come under here, you'll probably see it better. Yeah, you can see it better. And that's the shock knocker used on this bolt that goes through. It mounts the shock to it and the strut rod. So that's going to be a little bit of a bear to get out probably. Have to get take the shock off the top and the strut rod off the rear end over there. And go from there. Alright guys. You can probably see where it gouged that shock. Right there. Yep, no light. Come in from there. There we go. See what pounded it up, so that's no good. It's that literally froze. I tried lifting up on it and it's done. Okay. The other bad thing is this spring's done too. Just the slightest little nick in these springs and they come unglued. Unfrayed, unglued. I'm afraid it comes unglued, yep. Alright. There we are. Clean up this housing, or actually the backing plate. And assemble my other bearing assembly, which I've got pretty much built. I've actually got to press it back out to put my housing on it. And this one's an older flange. It won't work with the newer style, so I have to swap that one over. This one's built, rebuilt, and ready to go together. And you can actually see where I've had to chisel this one off too. But you take a file across the surface, get it nice and flat, no high spots, and that's it. Here's the shock bolt and strut rod. Put that shock knocker on the end of these threads, and you pound the little bit of a spline right here out of the tin. Goes through like that. And I've got it backwards. Goes through the front. Like so. And it has a flat spot on the bolt right here, so it lines up just right, and then you press it in, or not press it, tap it in there, and that's how that goes. Okay, let me put this back on here. Any debris out. Well, looks like I can't get my spline without two hands. Jeez. There we go. Jeez. Alright. That's what we've done today. Look at all the sweat my engine put off. I literally pulled back my engine up, backed my car up, and my engine was soaking wet. It's still soaking wet. The intake's all wet. Looks like it's been sitting out in the rain. Just sweating. It's really humid here today. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.